Yo, 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 welcome back. It's y'all boys. We back. Happy New Year's. I hope y'all enjoy time spending with your families, your loved ones, your friends over the holidays. Hope everyone had a good Christmas, good New Year's. Look, man, we well rested. We took our time off so we can be around our loved ones and our homies. And look, we ready to get into this action, man. Of course, during the holiday season, that's when sports is at its peak. A lot of good hooping going on, a lot of football with a lot on the line going on. So look, man, we're gonna get straight into this joint. But first, I have to introduce the fellas. First, shout out to my boy T out here with the Carolina Tar Heel logo for the day. What's good with you, my boy?
What's good, y'all? Happy New Year. We got a lot of good stuff coming y'all way, so stay tuned and follow and like and subscribe.
And then, of course, we got our resident doctor, D, Dr. Esquire Day. What's good with you, my boy?
Hey man, I'm here. Happy New Year. I failed to say that on my rant corner, but Happy New Year. I got caught up in the madness. It was a damn shame we had to rely on some Atlanta Falcons to help us get in. But hey, we say a dove is a dove. Hey man, a good Samaritan is a good Samaritan.
Amen. And for those that didn't listen to that 121 Savage album, a Samaritan is not the same as a snitch. So let's be
Yeah,
clear. A
exactly,
Samaritan is not the same as a snitch.
exactly.
Unfortunately, our boy Corey will be at DMP tonight, man. He had to go handle some stuff. But I know if you've been following his socials, just know the boy been wilding out since damn near Saturday, Saturday night. So a few people got on his radar for the wrong reasons, and yeah, and look, man, one thing I know about my boy Cino is don't get on his bad side. He going to get a profit off of you going in on those comments. So beware. That's the only one I can give you. Hopefully, our boy BT 19 when those finals will be joining us later on tonight. But shit, man, let's get into it, man. College football playoffs. We are now down to the final four teams. We got Indiana with a big win over Alabama, putting a statement game out there to let them know that Indiana's for real. And then they're going to be playing against Dave most headed team right now in college football, the Oregon Ducks. It was a sloppy ass game against Texas Tech, but one of those teams have to win, and one team just had better execution on offense than the other. So we would have Indiana versus Oregon on Friday, and then of course the matchup that I'm waiting and paying attention to, we got Ole Miss versus Miami. I think that should be another good game. But for the sake of time, man, let's get to it. We see our boy T dropped off somewhere, man. Hope he's good. But Dave, man, this Indiana versus Oregon game, just for people that's just tuning in, this is pretty much a rematch of a regular season game that these two opponents have. Indiana won the first matchup 30-20. This wasn't a typical team that Indiana was blew out like they did most of their opponents throughout the season. And it's a lot of storylines going on. This is the game that pretty much has the two top QB prospects going into this next NFL draft. I know we know how you feel about the Oregon Ducks. We know you was
Yeah,
trying to beat the spread for the first 2 weeks, but
yeah.
it's this the week we don't give a damn about a spread. We just need is this the week that Oregon gets knocked out of playoffs, or will Oregon make the right amount of adjustments to finally take down this hot Indiana team?
Yeah, actually, I wanted Texas Tech to beat Oregon outright, but I guess their best player was on defense. If he played offense, he probably would have. Because he used to be a quarterback, and he
Yeah,
transferred defense.
yeah.
Maybe things would have been different if he played on offense. But I don't know. It's hard to beat a team twice, man. It's hard to beat a team twice, especially because Oregon's going to be looking for revenge. I still think Indiana's the better team. They're just well disciplined. They just
Yeah.
they know how to beat you in the trenches. They got the skill players. Their quarterback doesn't make mistakes. And I mean, Oregon has a very, like kind of like scheduled type offense. Like their system is well fueled. Their defense made plays. Like what's surprising to me, well, not too surprising, but they had a guy, I forgot his name. I think his name was Flowers or something like that. He had like
Yeah.
two picks.
Yeah, like two picks and a fumble recovery, something
And a
like that.
fumble
Yeah.
recovery,
Yeah, crazy
I was
game.
like, okay, yeah, they got some ballers on defense. So, and one thing I noticed about Oregon this year is that usually when you see Oregon, like they blew teams out like this year, especially like bottom tier teams, but they were in a lot of like a lot of defensive battles, more like at least like battles out more defense. I know they still would score like 20 points or 30 points, but they were not scoring
like
40 or 50 like they usually do.
Like the game against Iowa, like they barely escaped that.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. They didn't even get to 20 that game. Yeah, they needed a field goal, I think, to win that game. So and then like against Penn State, they needed overtime to beat them. So yeah, I mean, like I remember even like the first matchup, I thought, it's Oregon, like Indiana going to Oregon, just based on what I knew about Indiana from last year. A really good team. They have a lot of talent, but can they win big games? Last year, they weren't able to win big games, but this year they're winning those big games. And I do expect it to continue. I forgot where the game is at. I forgot which bowl game this is or where it's at. But the teams travel pretty well. But I'm gonna say I still got it's the Peach Bowl. I still got Indiana. I think this will be a close game. I think Indiana won by 10 in the first matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if Oregon wins, man, because it's
for our
revenge.
bettors, the spread right now is at 3.5. Just for the spread's at 3.5. So
yeah, man, fuck the spread on this. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, Indiana might smoke these fools. I don't know, but I think Indiana win. I think Indiana will get them again. I think this time by one score instead of two scores. I think it will be like a 4. Like they'll win by 4. They'll win by 7. I'm gonna say that.
Sweet question for you, because while you was gone, we was talking about how this game's pretty much the matchup of the two top QB prospects for this upcoming draft. Should this game dictate who the Raiders should draft? If they're going quarterback, if they're not going trade down for more picks, or is it clear out that the Heisman winner Mendoza is the clear front runner in this year's draft, all because of need and loss in Vegas with the Raiders?
I don't think this game will have too much outcome on who goes first. I think Mendoza's body of work has him as a clear front runner. And Dante Moore is a good quarterback. He's young, but the thing with him is that at times the Oregon offense hasn't looked that great this year.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned the Indiana game the first time, the Iowa game, and even against Texas Tech, it was more about the Oregon defense and what they did versus more of what the Oregon offense was doing. So I think Dante Moore is number 2. Now, if he decides to stay in college to avoid the New York Jets, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. But I don't think this game's gonna have too much of an outcome. I think Mendoza's shown a little bit more. The thing about Oregon quarterbacks is a lot of times it's like one read, falls out quickly. Even against Texas Tech, like at one point, I think Dante Moore had like 20 completions for like 150 yards, which means there's a lot of quick passing, short passing. The NFL, you're gonna have to push the ball intermediate and down the field. So, but yeah, I think Mendoza's clearly the guy number 1 to the Raiders, and then after that, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah. From what I've seen, if Oregon can't stop the run game, because Indiana does have a balanced offense. They got 3 great wide receivers, and then they got good running backs. Of course, they got my boy from Maryland, Roman Hemby. He out there having a good season for Indiana. But if Oregon can't stop the run game, then it's going to be a bad day for the Oregon Ducks defense because as much they do have defensive players on that side, they do got some ballers, but as a collective unit, I just think Indiana offense just has a little bit too much for them at the moment. So unless they learn from the first matchup and make some adjustments and have a better scheme, then yes, it might be a close game, but I think Indiana has shown that they can play any type of game. They can run the score up on you. They can play in close games when it's in like in the 20s or 30s, or they can play lower scoring games like they did against Ohio State. They just know how to not turn the ball over. They're a very disciplined team, as Dave alluded to earlier. So I really think it's going to come down to if Oregon can maybe force turnovers like they did against Texas Tech, and maybe that be the way to get the job done, get those extra possessions, and keep Indiana offense off the field. But it's going to be a tall task for the Oregon Ducks. But we're just going to see. But I do believe it's going to be a close match. I just think Indiana is still going to be the favorite and come out the winner in this matchup.
Yeah, I think it honestly can go either way. It can go either way, but this ain't even just based on Oregon's disdain. I just think Indiana just got it, bro. At least they got enough to at least make the national championship.
If you wasn't convinced against Ohio State, what they did to Alabama. Now, mind you, I know this is not Saban Alabama. I know this not the Alabama I don't know if y'all saw the clip when the reporter asked him, "How do y'all feel about going like the mystique of Alabama?" And he was like, "I don't think I know. It's what I see on tape." And then
real shit.
He basically said, "Look, Derrick Henry ain't coming through that doors." He said, "Jalen Hurts and Tua and them ain't coming throrough the doors."
I'm about to say we don't give a damn about what you did 5 years ago or 10 years ago, bro. We just care what we see on tape this year. That's all that matters.
And our great friend Javon, he always say, sometimes these games comes down to execution, and right now Indiana's playing one of the best balls out throughout the whole country, and that's why they're the number one team in the country right now. So you got to give respect to Indiana. They came literally from the basement, a team that nobody thought about when it came to college football, to possibly 2 games away from winning the whole college football championship. So good stuff going on for Indiana. So I can't even hate on it. It's like Indiana's doing their thing out there, man. So kudos to them. Yeah. But we all know which game I'm really looking forward to on Thursday, though. This Ole Miss Miami game. First of all, I just want to give a shout out before we really get. First of all, I want to give a shout out to 2 programs because as soon as we talk about the SEC,
as soon as we
get SEC in here,
I was like, as soon as it came into the green room, I was like, oh boy, he's right on time, right on time.
We literally just got to the Ole Miss versus Miami game, man. Yeah, I was about to say, I actually want to give a shout out to both of these teams because they both essentially was playing revenge games. Ole Miss was trying to revenge their earlier loss this season to Georgia, and then Miami, boy, we had over 2 decades worth of pimped up the stain for those fuck niggas from Ohio, and we just really, I don't give a fuck what that score was. I just needed a dub, and boy, we handle business. Boy, we handle business. It felt so good to beat them fuck guys. It felt so good. We was hitting. Man, we pretty much sent Cornette Tate to the draft, dog. He didn't want to play no more. He was like, I got work. I got to be able to work out for these teams in a few months. We took that boy's heart out the game.
Hey, that's crazy. Hey,
the only nigga.
I told y'all Julian Sand won't like that. I couldn't trust Julian Sand though. I told y'all about that.
Nah. Our D line once again dominated in that game, man. 5 sacks this game. Of course, hella pressure from all sides. And like BT said, them boys came out to hit, and you could kind of saw throughout the game that it affected Ohio State. We just looked like the more physical team. The only person that, honestly, anybody from the little Miami, Florida area was the only one balling for both teams because Jeremiah Smith was the only nigga that came up and put his helmet on and showed out for Ohio State. Outside of that, really ain't much going on for Ohio State. So shout out to him, but you need more than one player to beat this Miami team this year, man. Because Miami, they playing some good ball themselves right now. But this game against Ole Miss, this is going to be their biggest test of the season right here, man.
I actually think y'all gonna smoke them for real. And I'm not
Oh
just saying
shit,
that because I'm not just saying that because it's Miami. I'm just saying that because just based on what I've seen on tape and based on what I've seen from Ole Miss, like Ole Miss, yeah, Ole Miss is able to put up a lot of points and Ole Miss can be dominant, but you know, when it comes to the matchup, I think Miami's defense is just going to overpower or just be able to confuse Trinidad Chambers a little bit. Um, I think I really feel like that's what's about to happen. I think guys like Fitzgerald and Bain on the defensive side are going to make an impact. And
Bennett.
I think, yeah, and I think that's what's going to be key. And I actually think Miami's going to win in the trenches too. So I just feel like Miami just has the upper hand. That's just what I'm feeling. It may be a closer game, it may be a shootout, but I just kind of feel like based on what I've seen, like Miami just might smoke Ole Miss.
Hey man, me being a hater, I hope you're right, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
I tell hey, what I put in the chat, PT. I'll say, hey, we gotta do you one more favor, man.
Y'all
yes.
definitely should eat. You know what I'm saying? Lacey shouldn't be able to run for 80 yards on y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the key. Like first two playoff games, we definitely have been shutting down the run, which kind of like let us know what the offense has to do. They always got to be on passing downs on, especially when it's like third and long. So that kind of definitely plays in our defensive favor. But like I said, we just continue to have that pressure on the D line. Like Ruben Band's playing himself into a top 5 pick. I don't know. Y'all seen some of the mocks. They got him all over in the top 10, but I feel like he's playing himself into a top 5 pick. And then, you still got Bennett. You still got Fitzgerald back there. You got the other, like Messner on the D line as well. It's just like, and Miami just playing with that swagger, like how it used to be like in the early 2000s or when they first was getting to prominence in like in the 80s and stuff like that. Like you got all the legend alumni on the sideline hyping these boys up and everything. So, but like PT said, they gotta be disciplined when it comes to Trinidad. Don't get in the sack. Don't always gotta go for the big play, try and get the sack. Just be disciplined. Keep them to short yardage games. Keep them to incomplete deflection and stuff like that, and let the game come to you. But I would say. I do need Miami to have a little bit more production offense. It was a little bit better last week, or whatever. And the play for me was when Carson Beck got that 3rd and 11. He got like that 12-yard run. He put his shoulder into the defender to get that first down. That showed me he has a lot of heart, and this means something to him. Like this, not just like I'm just out here trying to get my draft stock to rise up. Like he's really trying to get this championship too. So I think that was big for not only for him but for the team to see that like, yeah, this we really trying to do this shit this year. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a good game. I mean, look, man, I'm gonna be biased with my pick, but T, you got anything you want to say about this game, man?
I actually disagree with Dave. I actually think that, well, I don't disagree, but I think what Ole Miss is going to do is they're going to look at the SMU film because they kind of play a similar style to
Mm-hmm.
SMU. And if they can replicate what SMU did, now it took a lot of luck for SMU to beat Miami. Um,
Yeah.
Admittedly, they did get a lot of fortunate breaks in that game, but um, SMU, Ole Miss have mobile quarterbacks, and one equalizer against a good D line is a quarterback that can avoid the sack and make plays out of the pocket. So, lane discipline, pass rush discipline is going to be very key for Miami. Can they rush, but can they stay disciplined? If you come up too far up the field, Chambliss has a lane to run, and now he's going
Yeah.
to beat down the field. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a different type of pass rush game for the Miami D line because they're going to be very disciplined, especially the edge rushers.
Mm-hmm.
We want to collapse the pocket from the outside and not try to rush too far up the field and let him make plays out of the pocket. So I think
Yeah.
that's really where the game is going to be won. One, can the Ole Miss offensive line hold up Ruben Bain and the rest of the D-line Miami, but also can they have good rush lane discipline as well? Because
Mm-hmm.
if you miss, we saw Georgia, they were able to get back there, but they missed, and
And
Chambers able to make plays down the field.
yeah, yep, absolutely.
The best thing about
BT.
Miami,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, B.
they see Marcel Reed. He just scrambling the quarterback. And they got
Mm-hmm.
anybody.
Chambers is way better than Marcel Reed.
Oh, easily better than Marcel Reed. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as scramble wise, they seem a fast quarterback, so they know what to do with him.
Yeah. BT, do you? No, I was going to ask because we know that Wise is coming back to coach and the running back coach is coming back to coach, but that seems to be like the only two coaches that's still going to be remain coaching the Ole Miss team that hasn't left for LSU. Do you think that's going to make a big difference because they used to have some of the other coaches, maybe on the defensive side? You can confirm that for me. So, do you think that's going to be a issue for Ole Miss? Because yeah, you got your offensive coach, but you pretty much dealing with unfamiliar territory on the defensive side, maybe even special teams in that matter.
Nah, so they got everybody. They defensive coach
Okay.
from the LSU offense.
Okay. Okay.
Coach as long as you got Charlie, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, they got him.
Okay, because you know, my thing is I want the least amount of excuses when my boys beat them. You know what I'm saying? So
they just beat Georgia. What excuse they got now?
Honestly, I just wasn't that much of a believer in Georgia, dog. Like they a good 3 seed team, yeah, but if you look at film of all these college football teams, you can see like Miami's been playing better, Ole Miss has been playing better, Indiana definitely been playing better. The jury's still out kind of on Ohio State. I just think they came in. I mean, once again, just like this week, somebody from Ole Miss was talking that noise. You keep giving Miami bulletin material, them boys are like going to keep that internally, and then they're going to show you what's up when it comes to game day. So, I mean, we like it. Like keep that trash talking coming, man. We thrive with that shit, bro. Like this how everybody knows how I get, man. When I really get into something, I be talking my shit. They saw me do that shit a couple times on the court, man. Like so hey man, go ahead. If you're gonna talk that shit, you better be able to back it up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I say this about so Georgia and Ohio State. So yeah, Georgia did. There were actually a couple times in which I think Georgia, if dude from Tennessee doesn't miss that kick, Georgia loses. That's another loss for Georgia. I think Ole Miss almost beat Georgia at their career.
They did.
So,
and Lacey wasn't even 100% in that game. So
yeah, so I mean that could have been 2 more losses on Georgia. So there were times in which Georgia looked a little shaky during the season. And then Ohio, so the thing about Ohio State, I don't other than Michigan and Penn State was supposed to be a big matchup for them, but it didn't turn out that way. So really, other than before they got to the Big Ten championship, the best team that they played, other than Texas at the first game of the season, was there. You had Texas, and then you had all most of these cupcakes or mid-tier type teams, and then you played Michigan, and you didn't have a fast start against Michigan either, but eventually were able to pull away and win that game. And then against Indiana, it was actually where we were able to see you against top tier competition, for the first time in a while or throughout the season. And then that's what I didn't feel like Ohio State was going to make it that far, just because of the test that they had, they just didn't look good in it.
I'll be honest. I think that pick six was the breaking point in the game. If I'm being honest, I think when that happened, I think that was the first time that Ohio State just looked like they was rattled, and then after that, they were just getting smacked all over the field. And I know they made it close in the second half, but Miami was able to establish that drive at the end of the game to pretty much seal the game. But I really think that pick six was the turning point because not only was the pick six, my boy, he did the little Jim Thorpe Award pose in the end zone, pretty much mocking, I guess, Caleb Downs for winning the award because he felt like he should have won it. So I think stuff like that, it's a mental aspect of the game where they was Ohio State was oh shit, these boys are for real. because they thought Indiana's trenches was something, but Miami's playing on a whole nother different level. So I think they got shell shocked at the wrong time of the season. So I think Ohio State was still better than Georgia. I think both of the teams just kind of mirror each other, except one team has Jeremiah Smith, the other team doesn't. And I think that's what it came down to. Because both QBs play similar styles. Like if you can get to them, they're not going to be able to escape the pocket like that. So, but I really feel like both of these semifinal games was going to be good. It's good for college football. It's like I think one of the first time where it's like we know like Miami has that branding, but like it's been like I said over 2 games where they was like in something for contention for a college football championship. So now you got Indiana, Miami, Ole Miss, and Oregon. Like these are new teams. There's no Alabamas. I'm sorry, BT. No LSU's. No Floridas. No Auburn's. No Oklahomas. Texas. Like the usual Michigan's like the usual suspects when we get to this later half of the season. So I think this is interesting. And for what it's worth, how much we argue with the committee, you can honestly say they got a dub with this because college football playoffs has been interesting with these matchups. So we'll just see once we get to the end of Friday how things are going to be looking like going from there.
Yeah, the one thing I say about the playoff this year is you can expect the unexpected. I think Ole Miss will be able to get past Georgia, but it was and I mean we talked about Texas Tech, but they just look like super overrated. Like I kind of felt like it was possible for that to happen, but I mean James Madison put up a better fight than Texas Tech. So it should I think we're in store for 2 good semifinal matches.
All right. And with that, from one playoffs, let's go to the other. The NFL regular season has officially been completed. Hey, look, man, I know we got a lot to talk about, but we gave Dave. We already know you went into the booth with the Rant Corner. If y'all haven't seen it yet, please check our boy out, man. Another another masterpiece, if I say so myself. Dave, you a fool with it, man. That's all I gotta say. You a fool. But yeah, check out. Just came out yesterday. But please check out our newest edition of the Rant Corner. Carolina Panthers making the playoff. So I'm gonna just go straight to BT and T real quick. Look, man, it was ugly. It wasn't the way how y'all wanted it to go. But hey, somebody's got to win the division, and it was the Carolina Panthers. Y'all made it to the playoffs. Y'all thoughts? If y'all got anything to say to anybody or peoples, go ahead. I'm giving y'all the floor. It's y'all time.
It was obvious what y'all was doing, bro. And we still lost by 2 points. We still should have won that game. It wasn't for that dumbass free kicker call.
Man.
Hey, man, like, didn't Tommy Tremble get his helmet taken off, like, in the middle of, like, a play?
Yeah.
They didn't call nothing. They called.
It was that call, that missed call, then that call on T-Mac. Come on, Mike Evans do that every single game. He pushes off. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. So, yeah, NFL, Roger Goodell, you a hoe. The referees I was calling that game, y'all some hoe. Hey, we still made it in. It was ugly, but we still made it in. That's all that matters. Yeah, they pissed me off Saturday, bro. Had me rooting for the Falcons.
The league was so evil. They even tried to poison Kirk Cousins of all QBs, man. Diabolical shit, man.
This man woke up sick. Come on, bro. Y'all couldn't make at least.
Man, that shit was terrible.
It was like what we do to y'all, bro. We ain't been to the playoffs in fucking 7-8 years. What we do to y'all?
I don't know. I mean, Silver got something against the Hornets. I guess Goodell got something against the Panthers.
Hey man, what does what does this Charlotte do, man? What y'all do, dog?
I don't know, man.
I just realized that both of y'all get it.
I didn't know. I didn't know he had beef like that with us, man. That's crazy.
I mean, it's like with Bama's mad. People can't be that mad at Cam Newton, dog. Like it can't be because of Cam Newton, man. Were they Were they jealous of the sauce y'all had in the early in the mid 2010s, man? Were they
Man,
jealous of the sauce?
Roger Goodell just wanted to see Baker Mayfield in the mid-ass Uber Eats commercials, man. Baker Baker Bacon or whatever, man. Like they just wanted more of that in the play. Like, dog, nobody wants to see Tampa. Like, nobody wants to see Tampa Bay, bro. And I know, and this whole, and I gotta address this too. And BT, I know you probably feel the same way. I know C-Note probably feels the same way. Look, man. Yeah, we're 8-9. Yes, we have a below 500 record. It is not the first time that a division winner had a below 500 record and made the playoffs.
We did it with 7.
I remind you?
We did it with 7.
Yeah, I'm about to say there were a couple of times. The
We did it with 7.
Did 8 wins or 7 wins, bro.
We did it with 7.
Seattle was 7-9. Charlie Whitehurst had to win that last regular season game, and then they beat the Saints in the wild card round. Remember that beast mode, beast quake run to win against the Saints? It's happened before, man, and it will continue happening. Like we did. I mean, we did it one. Came in and won the wild card, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your division is hard. That you have to, rely on the wild card to get in. Hey, newsflash! That's why they added an extra wild card spot. That's why they added that's why they added an extra wild card spot, man. So it's tough, man. Tough titty, man. Tough titty,
hey, man.
Like football is hard. Sometimes the division is hard, man.
Look, people are mad because it didn't happen the way they wanted to. Because we all know the rules are the rules, and I'll be real with you. I feel like it's been times they could have been changed it where it's like, hey, look, we just want the best teams in the playoff. If the division was weak this year because of play, injuries, or whatever factor it is, then so be it. But for what we know, the current rule is the division winners go to the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Did the Carolina Panthers win the division? Yeah, so they're in the playoffs. So there you go.
Bro. The Buccaneers was going to be 8-9 too. So they have a losing record.
Yes.
And they've been playing trash for the past 2 months.
Yes.
Becky ain't shit. Becky a pussy ass nigga too, bro. He ain't shit. What are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, you know how trash the bus gotta be for one of their running backs to be like, hey, yo, I'm out. We don't even gotta wait for this whole free agency thing to pop up, or I'm not coming back, son. Like, he already knew what time it was. He was not coming back to Tampa Bay, so he said, fuck them cannons. he was like, all right. So
it takes away, like, if you like Dre, what you're saying, if they just allow the best 7 records or whatever, then what's the point of winning the division then? What's the point? What's the point of division games then?
But you kind of seen that format. I know it's different, but you kind of seen that format going into the NBA. Remember back in the day when it was like the top 3 divisions were like the top 3 seeds in the playoffs, and you saw like a team with like 40 wins have home court, and then a team with like damn near 50 wins, 50 plus wins, they had to go on the road because they didn't win the division and stuff like that. So I understand the precedent why it's like why people be upset, but they not upset because of that reason. They upset because the Carolina Panthers went into the postseason with an under 500 record. If it was Tampa Bay, it was the Saints, it was the Falcons, it would be nobody crying over this shit. But because y'all did it, and y'all did the way that people didn't want to do it, now it's an issue. That's why I have an issue with it. Y'all mad because y'all hating. People are crying.
And they mad because like a team below 500 gets a home playoff game because they won a division. All right, if you want to change it up so that all division winners get in, but it's based on how your record is, then whatever. All right, if you want to do it like that, but it is what it is. You win your division, you get into the playoffs. That's how it should be. That's how it should stay.
And my problem is they act like y'all going into this joint with like a 5-12 record. Y'all wasn't that far from like being over a 500 team. It's really just like a couple of games, and I know we talked about it on the show before. It's like y'all had way too many opportunities where this was not even supposed to be a discussion. But look, man, it is what it is. I just find it funny that Kirk Cousins told that man Baker Mayfield, "Hey man, go out there and win the division, and you're the sole reason why he's at home baking the cakes instead of baking up plays." So crazy how life works sometimes, man. Crazy how life sometimes works.
Crazy.
And Falcons almost still lost that fucking game to all them backup niggas. Damn shame. Damn shame. But T, anything you guys say about anything Carolina Panthers wise before we talk these matchups?
I mean, no, y'all covered it. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm actually a proponent of, if you win a division, you should get in the playoffs. But if you're below 500, then you should have a home playoff game. Because at some point, we can't reward mediocrity. That's just me, though.
Okay.
I'm about to say I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
I rock with it. Okay, that's cool. All right. You hear that, Roger Goodell?
But
we doing your job.
Going back to officiating, you thought the officiating was bad against Tampa Bay. It's gonna be terrible this weekend. Why? Because the NFL they want another Rams Seahawks game.
Oh
man,
you're all right.
I'm not like they're probably getting held every single play. Nothing.
They don't want us to advance past the wild card round. I'm just gonna put it like
Hell
that.
no.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we can just get into it now, especially because we got y'all playing the Rams on Saturday. What, like 4:30? This pretty much is going to be a rematch back in the same stadium this weekend and everything. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I just feel like the Rams are a better team, and I think they probably gonna come in more focused than they did the last time, and probably scheme a little bit better. But I'm not. But y'all know how I feel when it comes to the playoffs, man. Man, fuck that logic shit. It's agenda time. So, is there a way for y'all to win? Of course, but like I said, I just feel like everything's probably gonna be trending the Rams' way until y'all do something that like get another like turnover the way y'all did last game and set the tone and everything. And Bryce having one of those games where he's actually playing great quarterback and stuff like that. But we're just gonna have to see. But that's how I feel about the game.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, we're taking a quick break in the episode to present an ad for Alpha Progression. If you're serious about building muscle and tired of the gimmicks, check out the Alpha Progression app. It's no BS, just science-backed training designed by real lifters and competitive bodybuilders. Alpha Progression has already been named the App of the Day by Apple twice, and it's the top-rated fitness app in Germany, now making waves worldwide. What sets this app apart? First, the intuitive workout logger. It's powerful enough for seasoned lifters, but simple enough for beginners to jump right in. Then there's the AI-powered plan generator. It customizes workouts from scratch based on your goals and equipment, with over 1,000 trillion input combinations. Quality-wise, this app has workout plans that measure up to the best personal trainers in the world. And it doesn't stop there. Their progression algorithm gives you exact weight and rep suggestions based on your performance, so you're always improving and never plateauing. And right now, we got a special deal for you guys. For you all as Assassin4 podcast listeners, get 20% off your first payment using this following link: alphaprogression.com/Savsin4. That's alphaprogression.com/Savsin4. SAVSIN4. Train smarter, grow stronger. Download the Alpha Progression app today.
Like I've been saying that all season. Like my Stafford, Puka Nakua out there.
Mm-hmm.
They tied in even balling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Got good run game.
The run game is nice. Yeah, this shit definitely good. But fuck all that shit though. We still gonna win.
Yeah, BT.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, same thing. I mean, the Rams are a better team, but I'm not gonna pick against the squad. So,
hell nah.
I do think just based on what the NFL, the NFL wants the Rams to advance. They want the best matchups in the playoffs. So I feel like the Panthers have to win by 20 in order to win by 3. So That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. But I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go with the squad. Can't go against them.
Well, shoot, man, we got another. We got a division matchup in the playoffs. We got the Green Bay Packers once again playing the Chicago Bears. Both of these teams kind of limping into the playoffs. Green Bay dealing with injuries. They lost Michael Parsons a few weeks ago with a season-ending ACL injury. The Chicago Bears, who had an opportunity to have the number one seed, lost the last 2 out of 3 games. They lost to the 49ers and the Detroit Lions in back-to-back games. So yeah, man. What's your thoughts for that game? Who y'all think who's going to win that joint? And this is Caleb Williams. The number one QB from the 2024 class. This is his first playoff opportunity. Home game. Does he get the job done against a hobbled Green Bay team, or does Jordan Love have one of those games where it's like you see why he should be a top 5 QB and rather than a top 15 QB?
I think Ben Johnson is, like you said, we don't know what Jordan Love is. I think the Bears might take it.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and the Bears. I was looking at some of the just the end of regular season stats, and I didn't realize that the Bears had a lot of players that were. They have a couple players that are like tied for second in interceptions this year. Trayman Edmonds has been balling, and like you said, BT, I just think. Like we don't know what type of Jordan Love we're gonna get. We haven't seen him in a few weeks.
Concussion,
yeah, because of the concussion protocol. But and also Michael Parsons is out. But I mean they still got some ballers on that defense. I just think at Chicago, I think they'll have the edge. I take Chicago on that one.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay because quarterback, coach have been the playoffs the last few years. This will be Ben Johnson's first game as a head coach, and like you said, it's Caleb Williams' first playoff game as a quarterback. And the Bears defense, if they don't force turnovers, they can give up some plays. Like they're very boom and bust defense, and I don't think that works in the playoffs. I mean, Jordan Love can put it up in the air for a couple of interceptions. We've seen Jordan Love play. Excuse me. We've seen Jordan Love play really well in the postseason as well. I mean, the Packers are right. Both these games were very tight, and when the game's this tight and this close, I think I'm gonna go with the team that has a little bit more experience at the quarterback position and as the head coaching position. So I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Okay, yeah. It's tough. I want to go Packers. I hate the Bears fans, but Caleb Williams, PG kid, directly from the same city I'm from. So, but I'm gonna go with the Packers as well, only because I just feel like the game was close last time, and I feel like even though Michael Parsons wasn't there the last game, Green Bay did enough to put themselves in the game, and honestly, it was heroic Caleb Williams play away from winning that game. So I think it's still going to be interesting. I think it's still going to be close, but for now, I'm gonna give the edge to the Packers just because they've been there and just quite like the Washington Commanders had to prove themselves with Jane Daniels' first game in the playoffs. Caleb Williams has to do the same thing. So we're just going to have to see if he's able to, make diamonds out of the pressure that he's coming into this weekend. And then, the other matchup we got, the Eagles, they playing the
49ers.
49ers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The way I see the NFC is it's going to be depending which Eagles team shows up. And that's how I feel about the whole NFC picture because I feel like their defense is always going to be there. They give us some play sometimes. Everybody defense does, but I feel like their defense has been the best unit this season for them, and their offense has been very inconsistent. Like I think somebody said the last episode, we seen a couple of times where Jalen Hurts didn't even complete a pass in the second half, which is in this league. in this today's league, it's damn near unheard of that you can complete at least one pass in the second half. So, and then we know Saquon Barkley, he's kind of hobble and everything. And we know 49ers, they're missing a few players, but they've been playing sort of hot football towards the end of the season, actually all season, despite the injury. So, who do you think has the edge in this game, and who y'all got in this matchup?
Seems dude, honestly.
Oh shit!
I think they're gonna get the upset too, son.
Purdy showed me a lot in that game against the Bears. I'm not going front. That shootout, he showed me something in that game. I'm like, okay, bro, I see their defense is iffy, but if they can be solid against Jalen Hurts, the only thing is I don't trust the 49ers receivers. If Ricky Parcell not playing, I think that's his name. Ricky Parcell.
Yeah.
I don't trust the other receivers like that. Kittle is still out there, but they can double team him. So if he plays, I think he might. Shout out Ricky. Did y'all see Ricky's girlfriend? Ricky.
Yeah. This is a podcast that keep up with off the field activity. This is a podcast that keep up with off the field. Hey man, he knows ball, man. That's all we can say.
He knows ball, man.
Respect to it. Respect. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think, yeah, I get like the 49ers, you know, they've been doing a lot with a little. Yeah, they even like, you know, when Brock Purdy missed a lot of time, Mac Jones would step in and, you know, hold down the ship. You know, Ricky Purcell, I think, has missed like half the season. But if he is able to play, I mean, he was in the lineup, and then he missed some weeks, and then he came back, and then So we'll see if he plays. I think Brandon Ayuk is nowhere to be found.
He pretty much off the team, son. Yeah. He's pretty much off the team, son.
Yeah,
like
nowhere to be found.
Like I can't remember.
Yeah,
I know another player did the same exact shit that he did. He just like, fuck it, I'm just not showing up, so y'all can void this contract. I'm gonna just go somewhere else, which is kind of strange. Like I would love, you know, my favorite pastime is once a person leaves or a bad, like something happens, we finally get all these reports of like all the shit he was doing inside the facility and all this. That's what I'm waiting for, because it went from like you got the bag, then you got hurt, and then you was just like, I'm just not showing up for the 49ers no more, which is crazy to think about. So, I mean, that's not a good look, and I know there's going to be probably some prospective teams looking to sign him in the offseason after everything gets sorted out. But I'm ready. I'm very, very ready to hear this whole Ayuk situation that's been happening behind doors, because it's just wild to me, man.
Yeah, you know it's coming. You know it's coming eventually. But yeah, I'm picking the Eagles just because, you know, whenever there's like a whole lot of chatter or a whole lot of like, you know, when they're just like in the news about like this week is why didn't you play your starters? You could have had the 2 seed, like blah blah blah. Every time like they're just up in the news like that, they just ball out the next week. So I'm picking the Eagles.
That's a good take. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles. 49ers they're so banged up, and like I said, they've done a lot with a little this year, but I feel like the Eagles they'll put together for this week. But I just don't really know if they're gonna really be able to win 3 games and playoffs to get back to the Super Bowl. So they're very dysfunctional. Their passing game sometimes is inept, and that's not going to be able to win, especially when you start looking at teams like Seattle and LA or whoever. You have to be able to have some type of passing game to beat some of the more elite teams in the NFC. Part of me did want to pick the 49ers, but I just don't. They got so beat up versus the Seahawks on last week.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much more they have left in the tank. I mean, that was a physical game versus the Seahawks.
I guess the only reason I'm still going with the 49ers is just because if there's one thing I know until he gets to the Super Bowl, Shanahan's gonna scheme some shit up. He's gonna scheme some. He's gonna scheme some shit up, man. And he's always kind of. It's been times where he's really been like that underdog in the wild card round. Like we know, like people didn't expect them to beat Dallas at one time. They blew them out, and then I think he had another match. I think it was Dallas twice where it was like, Dallas came in hot, this, that, and the third, and then he just really out schemed both of those times. I really feel like he can do the same thing with Philadelphia, only because if Philadelphia comes with that inept offense, especially in the passing game, 49ers find a way to put up 17 points. That's all they need, quite frankly. So
Yeah, he did go into Lambeau Field when Green Bay was a 1 seed. I think they were like a
like a
7 seed or 6 seed.
yeah.
And they went in there and beat Green Bay, out coached
Matt
Matt
LaFleur,
LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers, and them. So yeah, I kind of do want to pick the 49ers, but like I said, I just gotta.
no,
I
no,
don't know. This time,
no, I get it. No, I feel it. Like, no, I get it, man. But I feel like all three games going to be good. They're all going to be interesting. It's definitely different matchups. It's pretty much like the NFC West versus everybody this weekend. So
Oh yeah.
it's going.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So we gonna see what's up, man. They all pretty much playing like division leaders from all the other conferences, which I find is fucking hilarious. So yeah, man, we definitely gonna see how this all turns out. All right, so we go to the AFC side. I'm gonna just put it up there. The Patriots, they're gonna beat Mister If and the Chargers, man. I'm not buying that shit. You talk about a team that's banged up. They don't have their starting tackles. We see Herbert. He's shaking up. He got that hand injury. Um, Keenan Allen's not the same Keenan Allen. I just expect the Patriots to come in with Mike Vrabel to be disciplined, just focusing on not turning the ball over, and just keep continuing to do what they do to beat the Chargers. If anybody else want to give analysis for the game, but I think it's just gonna be. I just think it's gonna be another one done for the Chargers because some way somehow they always find a way to fucking lose in the wild card round. So
yeah, I have nothing. I agree with you, man. I got the Patriots.
Yeah, it's short and sweet. I got the Patriots just because like basically like when you think about Mike Vrabel, even just like when he was at Tennessee, it was actually hard. It was actually hard to beat those teams.
Mm.
Because it's the same Titans team that went into Baltimore when they were the 1 seed, beat them in the divisional round. They beat the Chiefs the year that Alex Smith. I think the last year that Alex Smith was there. They beat them in the wild card. I know the Ravens did get them back in the wild card. I think in 2020. Mike Vrabel teams are very well, and it's the same team that I think beat the Patriots in 2019. Tom Brady's last year, and sent them out the playoffs. So I think the Patriots got it, man. They just too much for the Chargers.
All right,
Patriots.
Yep. All right, we call that shit. All right, so now the interesting part, we have Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we said this on our past episode. Josh Allen, this is your time to make it to the Super Bowl, man. There's no Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. There's no Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. There's no Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. I understand it's a lot of good teams and there's some young talented QBs, but you're the former MVP. Does Josh Allen get it done in these playoffs, or does he find himself fall into one of these young QBs like Trevor Lawrence? Or I look, to me it's not about this game. To me, it's does he get to the Super Bowl with this playoff field in the AFC? That's my only concern.
Right,
I know you got to take it a game at a time, but
for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, I think the Jaguars win this game.
Hey, the Jaguars defense is like that though.
It's like that, and they're playing in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. So, and Jacksonville is 7-2 at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, for some reason, I think somebody get this.
Buffalo has trouble stopping the run, so if Jacksonville is able to run the football, I think they have a good chance to win. And I don't know, the Bills have been very hit or miss this season, and they're so Josh Allen reliant. I just think that the Jaguars offense has actually been one of the better offenses coming down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been playing good football, so I actually like Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yeah. I made a Jaguars defense has been balling. Like you guys said, very hard to beat at home, but I think Josh Allen will get one playoff game. He'll get one win. I think he will.
I'm going with Buffalo too.
Yeah, I think he'll squeeze out one.
I think I'm going with Buffalo too because, hey, look, man, you gotta do it for your child. You did your work off the field. I'm proud of the work that you did off the field. Now you gotta prove it on the field. So,
hey, if they win this game, they gotta go to Denver. So
that's why I think there's a. I mean, I know this is going to be horrible because this is going to be, if he makes a run, then they're going like pause. They're going to slurp this motherfucker like they do with Joker and shit when he had that run against the Heat. But look, man, you gotta play play who's in front of you, and I feel like if he beats Jacksonville, then I'm pretty sure he can beat Denver too, just off the strength of like, fuck it, you just got the better QB, man. And Denver, they've been close to losing they've been winning a lot of close games. At some point, that magic runs out on you, and so I really think if he does beat Jacksonville, he could beat Denver too. But we gotta take it a week at a time. So we're just going to see how he fares this week, and then of course we got my surprise team coming into this playoff because they was playing some really good football. They came in hot. The Texans playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, who's probably the reason why John Harbaugh just got fired today in Baltimore. Yeah, man. They say that man got fired 45 minutes. The phone was already hot with all the other 17s looking for a coach. I mean, I don't blame him, man. Like Harbaugh, he has a good coaching career with the Baltimore Ravens. Looking at the reports, it just seemed like, he was losing the locker room. At some point, that message just going one ear and out the other. So it's, sometimes time for a change. But we gonna get to that discussion another day. Texans versus Steelers. It's my Tomlin team. They did what they did have to do to get into the playoffs, despite DK Metcalf being suspended 2 games for having an altercation with the fan. But in my opinion, I got the Texans winning this game because the way the Texas defense has been balling, and the Pittsburgh Steelers is not the steel curtains that we're used to from back in the day. They are acceptable for explosive plays, as we saw in the season finale between the Baltimore Ravens. If Zay Flowers is out there again looks like that, what do you expect from Nico Collins and them boys? So I do give the Texans the edge in that game, in that matchup against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I got the Texans winning that game.
I got your boy. I got your boy with a pick, BT. I think he's gonna get a pick, man. Yeah.
Cause he gonna be on DK. And we know Ryder's gonna target DK a lot. I can see that. I can see Sting getting one. But I got the Texans winning.
Yeah, I say either Stingley or Lassiter gonna get one, or both of them might get one. Shit. Nah, they lock niggas up like.
Nah, they both got like, it's crazy. It's like kind of like they both got like 4+ picks or something like that. Like they clamping, son.
Yeah, bro. And then you got Will Anderson too, man. Yeah. But I think it's all gonna come down to. I mean, I know it's Aaron Rodgers, and
it's not the same Aaron Rodgers, bro.
It's not the same. It's just, but I just can't. I just think if C.J. Stroud's able to make a lot of plays, and I think he will be able to, because Dre, like you said, if Zay Flowers is able to get open, have like a lot of open field, Magic what Nico Collins can do against, and I don't know, like, because Jalen Ramsey has been playing like safety a lot this year, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that matchup that Nico Collins has with Steelers DB. So,
and quite honestly, I feel like the Steelers got him because Kyle Hamilton couldn't play the rest of the game. Because Steelers defense, offense wasn't doing nothing until he got knocked out the game. So I just think you're playing a way better defense, and they're gonna be disciplined. And what's his name? He really just got them boys playing this year after that slow start in the beginning of the season. So I think to make a run. So I really think Texans is gonna show out this game.
Yeah. I got Houston winning.
Shout out to one of my favorite cities.
Yeah, I got Houston. I think Aaron Rodgers, he did what he needed to do. Probably one of his last good performances of his career. He made some good throws against the Ravens down the stretch, but this is a different animal, and the Texans are the hottest team in the AFC coming in. And talk about a team that can possibly go to Denver and winning. I think Houston can go to Denver. They were beating Denver before Stroud got concussed the last time they played. So I know this is a 4-5 game. So if Jacksonville handles business and New England handles business, then Houston will be going to Denver. I know it's looking ahead, but I like the Texans' chances versus Denver. I think they have the better quarterback, and I will never root or pick a Sean Payton team. So
facts.
I'm saying it early. Fuck Sean Payton. Fuck the Broncos.
I really think we can talk about it because I feel like depending on who Denver plays, Denver can win that game. But we gotta see how this wild card weekend unfolds. Because their defense is good, and Bo Nix was playing. He for a reason he is clutching that fourth quarter. I do gotta give Bo Nix some credit. He does make those game-winning plays and those drives happen when Denver needs him to in the fourth quarter. But when we get through this wild card week, we see whoever Denver play who I feel like can win that matchup. But like we said, man, maybe starting like mid-November, it was getting real crazy on both sides of the conferences of like these football teams. It took damn near to the second to last week to kind of get a feeling of who was going to make the playoffs and who wasn't. So I feel like these playoff games are going to be really exciting, man. Can't wait. So, everybody lock your parlays in, put your anytime touchdowns in, put them spreads in, and, may the guys bless the parlay. That's all I can say, man.
I think tread lightly on them parlays, man.
Also, we gotta do our due diligence. If you feel like you have an issue with gambling, please hit the hotline. Please don't.
I feel like we need to have that shit scrolling somewhere.
we probably do. I don't want to be responsible. I don't need somebody commenting on one of these videos talking about, man, I lost the house because y'all did. Y'all told me to put the 3.5 in. I said, look,
that's your fault. That's your fault.
I didn't do that. We ain't doing no schemes. We ain't doing stuff like that. Some other goofies out here. Hitting Ricos and shit. And we don't bot our views either. Our YouTube views are organic, unlike some people, man.
This is culture. What some people are doing is culturally inappropriate.
Shit.
Right for that boy since like summer 23, man. Wherever that shit happened, 24, wherever, man. God damn.
Yeah, actually, he been going outside since he came out with what would Pluto do. I didn't even know they had beef until later.
It was so much going on around that time, man. Because what to just get off topic, what I didn't like about the whole thing was like people just coming out of nowhere just taking shots. I was like, nah, man. This is a 1v1 boxing match, man. Get the whole wrestling cage match, trying to climb up the ladder for the belt type shit out of here, bro. Like, we ain't trying to listen to some of this shit right now, man. And of course, he's usually over some bitches and some money and some hoes and shit. But I digress. It is what it is, man. Not my issue, bro. I'm just here for the ignorance and the content, dog. That's on here. But back to what we were saying. Caught the playoffs this weekend, both college and NFL. I think they're going to hit, man. So if you're a huge football fan, this is the time of year where things are going to get really crazy. Things going to get wild, man. So, anyway, buckle up. Here we go again. That's all I got to say. But before we move on, any last things we want to say about anything football-wise, anything about Pink Slip Monday, or any other firings that have been happening today?
Hey, man,
I think Kevin Stefanski will be a New York Giants head coach or John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I don't need John in the East, man. Take that shit somewhere else.
Yeah.
I know the Cardinals over there. They need somebody shit. Tennessee shit or something.
Yeah, I can see that too, especially because of Jackson Dart. But yeah, I told y'all niggas about Kevin Stefanski, man. We all in the room, but you the elephant. We got the elephant up out of there. But I just hope whoever. Actually, before I say anything about Cleveland, I think the Raiders might actually trade for a quarterback, and maybe a young quarterback too. And I think actually Shedeur might be on his way to Las Vegas.
Okay, interesting take, Dave.
I feel like that's about to happen, or that's a possibility. That's a possibility to happen.
I hope that doesn't happen. The only reason I hope that doesn't happen because if that does happen, you know how much pressure he's going to be under. You know, there's going to be a pocket of Raiders fans they already want Mendoza already.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you trade Shador, you basically trade the number one pick because the Raiders aren't going to take a quarterback. So I mean, I don't know how. Well, I'll take that back. I don't know what it would take to make that happen, but if you trade Shador to the Raiders, they could still take Mendoza at number one, which means it's going to be a lot of headlines and another competition. Or if they really sold on Shador being that guy, and you trade for him and you don't take a quarterback at number one, that's going to put a lot of pressure under him. So, actually, for Shador's sake, I hope that doesn't happen because he's going to be under immense scrutiny and pressure more than he already is, in my opinion. So,
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I feel like he's going to be having that pressure no matter where he goes. At least for his sake, he does have a relationship with Brady, so that might help him with his development and learning scheme. I just know outside of quarterback, the Raiders have a lot of holes that they need filled. So if they do go the Shador route and can get him with a cheap, like day 3 pick or whatever, then I suggest they use that first round pick and trade down to get more draft capital because we know there was poor offensive line. They definitely need some defensive players over there. Everybody took turns on
Max Crosby. Max Crosby getting traded. Yeah. Max Crosby is.
I think he wants out. He definitely wants out.
He's out of there.
So maybe you could definitely.
That's gonna be more picks.
So yeah, that's exactly. So that's gonna be more picks for the Rays right there. So we'll see, but that's an interesting take. I mean, we definitely gonna be on the Shador lookout just to see how they're gonna do, especially depending on who Cleveland brings in as the new head coach for the organization. So
yeah, it'll be interesting actually to see where guys like Tua and Kyler Murray go.
That's also good.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see who takes on Tua because, look, man, Mike McDaniels, he did all he could to put a system around Tua to make him efficient and try to, make Miami a good team. But we all know, like, if you don't have that track star speed or the gap players like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle like Miami did, then I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Especially with his history with concussions. I just don't know, man. And then Kyler Murray, you worry about if he's going to be on Call of Duty too much rather than looking at the playbook. So,
yep.
Definitely some question marks with those two QBs. But, I mean, who would you rather pick, y'all? Would y'all take Kyler Murray or Tua?
Kyler.
I was gonna say Kyler. Yeah, I was gonna say Kyler. Tua. I mean, well, like Tua, you have the concussion issue, and then you also just have like I don't know if it's like just like leadership and also just consistency at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray. One thing about Kyler Murray, he's going to be able to make plays if you have like the right guys around him. If you're able to protect him, I think he's going to be able to make plays no matter what. If you put him on a good team. But Tua, I mean, we've seen Tua play at a very high level in Miami. At one point, it's just like right now. And I don't know if it's just been because of injuries or because of just mismanagement of the roster or just, lack of coaching. But, yeah, I would take Kyler.
I think Kyler's issue is eventually his size was a problem because he is a short quarterback. And also, I think discipline because as soon as he signed that contract, you have to have in your contract that you got to make sure you're in the film room for X amount of hours for you to get paid. That's an issue. That is a legit issue. And the fact that it got leaked out the way it did lets me know there's a problem between Murray and the organization because we all know shit only get leaked out if the organization wants it to get leaked out. So obviously it's been growing pains between Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals organization for a few years now. So it will be an interesting market, I say, because we always been saying, this is not a strong QB class coming in. So this might be the year that people take a flyer on a Kyler Murray or a Tua because it's just not that many options, and you just need a QB to help your team start winning games. So we'll see, man. Cause it'd be interesting to see what like a team like the Indianapolis Colts do. I know they not, with Anthony Richardson, they probably done with him, and they gave up a lot of picks for Sauce Gardner, so they pretty much put themselves in win now mode.
Yeah, they gotta stay with Daniel Jones, and they should stay with him.
I figure, but he's coming off that Achilles or whatever injury he got.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it's a lot of question marks when it comes to QBs going into next season if you don't already have one. So definitely something to look out, man. But John Harbaugh, he's definitely going to be the pick of the crop next head coaches. So we'll see what decision he comes to, I guess, later on in this his off season. But speaking of trades, man, how you feel about Atlanta finally started making its way to trade Trae Young? He's been there for like over 7 years now, but we could kind of see with the personnel that Atlanta's moving into a different direction. Jalen Johnson's been balling. He seems like to be the new guy for Atlanta. So how we feel about, Trae Young, blockbuster deal? Y'all think it's going to happen by the trade deadline, or this is something they're going to wait until the summer to make it happen?
It'll probably happen, especially if Atlanta. Haven't been playing well recently, so if they continue down this trend, it'll probably happen sooner than later.
Yeah, I think it will happen before the deadline. Because we still got at least 3 weeks before the deadline, and we've already heard a few teams like the Wizards. I guess I've heard certain takes around like swapping Trae out for Ja Morant or bringing Trae Young to like Minnesota somehow. Minnesota just doesn't have the cap space to eventually potentially keep Trae Young for long term. Yeah, so I feel like it will happen before the deadline. He'll go somewhere, maybe even to Orlando actually. But actually, Orlando doesn't even have the picks right now, or they don't have the capital.
I was say they don't got no fucking picks because they traded for goddamn Desmond Bane.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he goes. This will be crazy. What if he goes to like Indiana or some shit?
I don't know because you pretty much waiting for Tyrese Halliburton to come back, and I don't think those two niggas can coexist. Because they pretty much play the same way.
We'll talk about bad defense.
I know.
Yep.
The Wizards make sense, but on paper Orlando needs him, but they gave up all those picks for Desmond Bain, so it's kind of like who needs Trae Young? I mean,
the teams that need him don't have the capacity to keep him.
Yeah,
Minnesota could use him, like you said, they don't have the picks.
Yeah, I was gonna say Minnesota, but yeah, no picks.
Like if Trae had a dream scenario, it would be teams like Minnesota. It would be a team like Houston. It would be a team like Orlando. But all three of those teams just don't have the fucking capital. They don't have the draft picks. They don't have the cap space. They don't have none of that. Unless
Trae will end up in Sacramento.
That's what I was just thinking about.
Oh my God.
And honestly, if Sacramento does that, I hope that's a rental. I hope they know that's a rental because he's not staying in Sacramento.
I don't know what team can use.
Also, what the hell is going on in Sacramento, bro?
Hey, you already know my job. I'm trying to get some bonus in DC. I'm trying. I've been saying that for like 2 years now. I think he go perfect alongside Alex Sarr. So they just need to go ahead and blow that shit up, man.
I really don't. Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Tired looking at the Chicago Kings.
Oh yeah, and fuck the Bulls.
Could he end up in Miami?
I was thinking about Miami. Well, who they gonna give up?
Yeah,
Pat don't got it in him no more, man.
They ain't got
it. If he was real, he would send Hero, but he ain't gonna do that. Hero's his boy.
I'll do that shit so quick.
Pat's lost, bro.
I can't think of nobody, bro.
Pat Riley's the type of person. He was like, "Get us Trae Young," and he ended up only getting Dyson Daniels in the fucking deal.
Man, damn, it's over. It's over, Pat. It's over.
It's funny. Tyler Hero, he came back tonight, and they getting blown out on national TV. They only got 7 points in 3 quarters. I already know Heat fans pissed off that Hero's back too, man. They don't. Heat fans can't stand Tyler Hero, bro. This shit's funny to me, bro.
It's crazy. He has the talent of a second option, but he needs to be your team's third option. He can't be the two main focal points for your team if you want success. I'm sorry. It's like, is he a good ball player? Yes, but he's definitely a person that, I don't know, you just need everything else around him to go right for them to be successful. Hell, the Miami Heat made it to the finals without his ass.
Yeah.
So,
And what's up with the Oklahoma City Thunder, man? Is it just the middle of the season blues, or they really hit a wall? Because they're 6-6 in the last 12, and Charlotte blew them boys out last night, so it was their first home loss against the East in like over a year.
I think they kind of fell under the pressure because, they were actually talking about trying to go for like those 70 wins and everything. So I think they kind of succumbed to the pressure of that. And I really think, and I could be speculating, but I think losing to the Spurs all 3 times the way they did, and they could be holding something later down the road if they do match with them in the playoffs. But I think losing to the Spurs 3 times in a row kind of psychologically did something to them, because losing to a team once is one thing, but having a team beat you 3 times and in that short span of time, that's pretty much say they're a better team than you. They might not be the best team in the league, but they are currently right now, they just a better team than you. And that kind of got them overthinking a lot of things, and you can kind of tell how they play. And maybe their legs are tired, which they shouldn't be, because most of them would be playing the fourth quarter like that until recently. So I don't want to say it's like they don't have the legs during this stretch. I think it's really just a mental thing, because they try to go for that 70-game season, and now it's just like they looking real vulnerable right now because the Spurs really psychologically did some damage to them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think them 3 L's to the Spurs definitely did something to their psyche. But I also think it's like the middle of the season blues too, man. Like they trying to go for that repeat, and teams is giving them niggas their best shots every single game because you the champs. So you gotta know you're gonna get every team best shot. So teams are trying to beat these niggas, man.
And they dealing with people in and out the lineup like every game, so they haven't had like cohesive. They haven't had like cohesiveness since the playoffs.
The playoffs,
Yeah.
So I think it's a combination of both, man.
Yeah, they just in a run. That's all.
This ain't my opinion, but NBA Twitter going on with it. Ever since Chris Finch got thrown out that one game versus the Timberwolves, they've been saying that Shea ain't been getting them calls. I'm just saying, bro.
I mean, Shea he do get hella calls though. I'm not gonna hold.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I figured.
I mean, he did push off in Game 4, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all.
But you got NBA Twitter. You got NBA Twitter calling Chris Finch a hero for getting thrown out for trying to do something against the officiating, bro. So I'm just saying, bro. That's the NBA Twitter.
Hey man, NBA Twitter's been in playoff form since Christmas, man. I just gotta say, shout out to the Twitter fingers, man. y'all been on one with the drafts. Y'all been on one, man. Especially with this whole. I don't have any issues with the player. Y'all know, like because we all know Joker is dealing with a knee injury, hyperextended knee. And so it seems like if we look at reports on timeline, he won't have the necessary amount of games to be eligible for any postseason awards. So now, all of a sudden, Denver Nation, Joker stands are all mad about the rule about having to play at least 65 games in order to qualify for these postseason awards. It wasn't a problem the last 4 years, but now all of a sudden, that's just an issue. I just think it's funny to me. I just think it's real funny.
Hey, life comes too fast.
And it's funny because that whole argument is like, well, availability. Y'all had that same smoke for Joel Embiid, but now when the rabbit's holding the gun, now all of a sudden y'all really just debunked y'all whole argument for the last 4 years, because now it happened to your boy. And it's sad because Joker was having another great season, by the way. I'm not even going to front. He was killing. He was definitely about to be, again, like, top 5 in points, top 3 in assists, top 2 in rebounds. Like, he was having that type of season again. So I wouldn't have been shocked if they somehow gave Joker the MVP this season. But unfortunately, we will never get to know, because if the calendar is right and the timeline's right, he just is going to miss the amount of games before he get back on the court. So, and he probably won't be able to play in the All-Star game this year. And that was the World versus the USA All-Star game. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate.
But hey, I think we might get an American MVP this year, though. Cade Cunningham.
Hold up. I put it like this. When does Detroit play OKC? When do they play each other? Right now it's Shea. Without doubt, right now it's Shea. And I think Cade might be number 2 in MVP voting, if I'm correct.
I think Jaylen Brown should be number 2. That's just me.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like Cade, Jaylen Brown.
If Jaylen
in the East,
especially if OKC keeps losing like this.
I need Jaylen Brown to keep going, because right now Detroit's number 1 in the East. Nobody thought Detroit was going to be a number 1 team in the East. What Jaylen Brown's doing in Boston is good now. I think he should be in top 3 in MVP conversation for sure. But I wouldn't put him over Cade just yet. But
Detroit had the season. Detroit had better. They expected to be a better team than Boston. Everybody had Boston as like a playing team. Like Detroit was a top 3 or 4 team coming to the East this season. So them being number 1 is surprising, but it's not that surprising. But Boston being number 2 is a huge surprise. Nobody had Boston in the top 2, 3 in the East. And at best, Boston was a play-in team from the season. The fact that they're number 2 and they've been surging as well, 'cause they got off to a slow start. So they've been playing really, really good ball lately. And Jaylen Brown's been carrying now. I don't know if he's coming back or if he even should come back. But if Boston continues to play like this and for somehow, some way, Tatum can come back, that's going to be a wild card in the East. That's going to be the ultimate wild card in the East right there. Because if I'm not saying he should come back or if he will come back, but there's a speculation that Tatum might return
in April, like
March,
March. Yeah,
April. If he does, and he's like even like 70% of
he's
what he
he's
was
a
before the injury, he that's gonna be very, very interesting.
he will make a difference because he's if he comes back, he more than likely because just speculating, he'd probably be your third or fourth player already because maybe he won't have the same impact as Pritchard right away. Maybe he won't have the same impact as Anthony Simons right away, but he's definitely better than any other base rotation that the Celtics have right now. I'm just going with, and right now I'm seeing that the narrative this year is, best player with top seed and for your conference. That's the narrative I'm seeing from the media this year because of course, it was shade when everybody thought it was going to be 70 wins, but now that has kind of flown out the window. So now I'm interested to see when the Pistons play OKC how that turns out. But I hear y'all argument with JB. I'm not disputing. I'm not saying y'all totally wrong. I'm just saying me for right now. I think my MVP race is right now Shea, then K, then JB, and that's just me right there. But hey, he's swagging right now, man. Man went out salsa dancing with Victoria Monet, and then dropped a 50 ball. So maybe he will get the number 2 at some point. I know some people on our in our chat don't want to see this man to thrive, but hey, man, it is what it is.
And when you're balling.
Can't say he doesn't produce on and off the court. So,
yeah.
My bad. I got caught up looking at this Papa Figure show with this Kansas TCU game. They made some new shit. Shout out to Copperfit. Good product, y'all. If y'all not tapped in, good product. But yeah, man, coming up on All-Star break, definitely gonna be a lot of maneuvering going on in the association. But I kind of like this MVP race. Honestly, if I want to add someone, I know he's not going to win it, but if I had to add someone to like a top 5 in the MVP, it'd be this year Kevin Durant right now. To be honest with y'all, I feel like the team might need to be a little bit more wins, but if you look at his stats and then his defensive efficiency and some of the game winning modes that he's been producing, Kevin Durant has been really solid this year, despite being he like 37 now, 38.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he getting it done with them young bulls out there.
Yeah, just hit the game winner last night. Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Sent them home. Sent them boys home. Well, Luka ever win an MVP, y'all?
I mean, he should.
Shit. Was Nico
yeah.
right, man? Was Nico right, dog?
Oh, that's crazy.
There's one fan base you don't want to get on their bad side in the NBA. It's the Lakers fans.
Yep.
Whole bunch of spoiled ass niggas.
They are. But BT, you know of all people, this is what comes with the territory. Like a lot of franchises when they get a player like Luka, they rolling out the red carpet. It's like, hey man, welcome. We're gonna appreciate you. We're gonna have your back no matter what. But that Lakers fan base, they only know one thing, man. And there's still some Laker fans out there that feel like LeBron James still kind of underachieved because he only brought one title to the city in his tenure. That's how, like BT said, that's how spoiled they are.
LeBron should have never got the niggas a championship. We should have never went there. I'm always gonna fan on that. He should have never went to LA, bro. I was pissed off when he went there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, it pissed me off, bro.
Well, that's the standard. The standard at LA's the standard. When you are a star of that caliber, you gotta bring a championship home, man. And I don't know, man. Lakers started with a hot start, but like our boy KD alluded to in the chat, they had an easy schedule to start the season. And now when they play teams, like we saw what happened to them Christmas Day against the Rockets and everything, like when they play some of these other good teams, man, they getting taken to the shed because the defensive effort is lacking. You got Ayton, he can't move because he's on his mama food and shit. The Luka that we saw on that magazine cover is already not the Luka that we see right now, 2 months into the damn season.
You say too much In-N-Out burger.
Luka got back on that hookah. That's what it was, man. People gotta understand, man. You can alter these pictures on these magazines, dog. I just want people to I just need to let people know that.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to whatever when I was watching that workout video. His form was terrible. Terrible. BT, you can speak on it, bro. Terrible. Bullshit.
You ain't lying, bro. Yeah, this nigga not lying at all.
He was doing it he was just doing it for the content, T.
Definitely, because I'm like, it's not even going to help you like functionally in the game of basketball, bro. It's a half squat. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, never mind. We're not gonna get technical today, man.
I just don't understand, like, why these niggas think, like, working out in the summertime or whatever, you're not gonna keep that same discipline. Like, why you, like, don't even start. You wasting your time, bro. Because how you gain your weight back just that quick, and you doing mad cardio? I don't understand. Niggas' discipline is off, man. But some niggas don't want it. Maybe look at one of them niggas, man. He just want to do it for the show. I want to live that lifestyle.
I mean, true. I just think, people just don't have that extra gear a lot of times no more. Like, we all know, like, the stories, like, how much work, like, Michael Jordan put into it. We definitely know how much work Kobe put into it. We know, like, LeBron's work ethic, KD's work ethic, stuff. Like, the reason why those three are, like, heads and shoulders above their class in this era is because we know people are always talking about when it comes to Kevin Durant, like, what he does in practice and before practice. We hear the same thing about LeBron. We see what Steph does. Like, Steph saved his career because he took time out to do all the little things to make sure his ankles were ready for NBA seasons. So if you're not going to be that dedicated to take that extra mile with it, then you're going to get what we get with most of these players that we're seeing today. So, like, you gotta have a different mindset going into these seasons, man, because to some of these people, it's not a game. And they're not just playing for like that super max deal. They actually want to go out there and get these rings, get this legacy, get these titles. So, like you said, it just depends where you want to get out of the game. You want to be Kobe Bryant or you want to be Ben Simmons? The choice is yours.
That's a real spill right there.
Shit, man, we coming up on time, man. Shit, it's gonna be we getting down the stretch of the NBA, but as we talked about earlier, man. Football's and definitely in playoff form, man. But we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Been a good break. We back to be on the pod. Man, shit, Dave. What we tell these folks?
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. Make sure you subscribe to the pod. We appreciate everyone for watching on YouTube or listening, however you may be, on any of the podcast streaming platforms. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, X. We appreciate all the engagement that we've been getting, all the comments, the likes, everything. We greatly appreciate it. Everyone that's new to the pod, welcome. We hope
what's goody.
And yeah, man, just more content on the way. Playoffs. NFL playoffs, middle of basketball season, both NBA and college. Unrivaled is back. So, yeah, a lot of more things on the way. Yes, indeed. Unrivaled is back, but we definitely about to get a lockout, though.
Unfortunately,
for sure. Look, I'm packing up that WNBA season right now, man. Where my lighter at? Packing it because they ain't gonna happen, dog. be talking that Teflon shit over there.
Yeah, we definitely getting the lockout or just like half a season, bro. It's definitely gonna be like what's on
if it's half a season, just keep that shit, bro. Don't waste the people's time with that, man. Sorry for Toronto. Sorry to Toronto and Portland that y'all got Christian into this shit right at the wrong time, but hey, man, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll see.
But of course, we're gonna talk more about that in a future episode. But as they say, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We saw the numbers go up at the end of the year, man. So again, we do really appreciate y'all taking the time out, rocking with the crew, man. It's only gonna be up for here, man. We got some good things in store for y'all this year, man. We're gonna try to put some special things together. You don't know where we're gonna end up next, man. Be on the lookout for more content of us being live at the games and everything. So yeah, man. Just another season of Assassin 4, and we always gonna come in and handle our business, dog. So once again, I want to give a shout out to the bros, man. Shout out to my man 910 Finest BT over there chopping shit up. I see you, man, chopping shit up over there.
on my husband duties, doing some pineapples, man.
I know that nigga like washing dishes or some shit.
No. I know. Hey, man, I'll be in the kitchen, man. I know chopping what's going on, man. I say he here chopping some food up, or he's about to chop somebody's takes up, man. BTO is going to cut up on somebody, dog. And then, of course, we got the biggest plug out of Charlotte, my boy T, man, representing the Tar Heels, man.
Yes, sir.
And of course, we got our resident Dr. D, Dr. Esquire Day.
Doctor.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
And of course, it's your boyfriend PG Dre, man. As always, appreciate y'all rocking with us. It's Assassin 4. We out.